Have you ever wanted to know about the future, love, dreams, money,
sex abadis?
Well, then you're in luck because we read tarot cards.
And we do it seriously.
We know we're being funny, but it's real. Real magic.
We used to be an Instagram live show.
And then a live show in front of an audience.
Yay! And now, a podcast.
So sit back, relax, and trust the process.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. I'm Dickie Copeland.
And I'm Hannah Garces.
Welcome to The Tarot Show. Today we're doing one of our readings for the listeners episodes. So if you want to jump ahead to whatever the reading is, we'll have the time code in our description. But if you want to hear us yap for a little bit, then don't press anything.
Yeah, don't you want to hang out with us?
I do feel like for some people, that's the point. They're like, I don't care about the tarot part. I just want to hang.
Yeah, hang out with us.
That is the part I like too.
And then to the people that skip ahead, why don't you like me no more?
Oh, they're already gone.
Oh my God.
They didn't even listen to that part. They're like, see ya.
If I didn't do anything wrong, then why are you leaving me? I'm a star. I'm a star.
Well, there's a lot to catch up on, Han.
Sure is.
Because last week we did a deep dive episode, so we didn't really go into depth about our show at the Lyric, but
Yeah.
I figured we could talk about that a little bit since we did record it, but the recording came out a little funny. It was as if, as they say, no tea, no shade to the tech, our beautiful Jimmy in the booth, who on top of everything else pressed record on the Zoom recorder, but the input from our mics wasn't directly to the Zoom. So it essentially recorded like a speaker playing the whole show. And the audience was laughing so hard.
It was distracting.
It's really distracting. It's
distracting on the recording.
It goes right into the red for all you editing heads as far as podcasts. It goes into the red zone where everything blows out your speaker or so.
That's okay. We tried something. It didn't work. The show was still very, very fun.
It was incredible. It was nice and spooky. We had a good little turnout. A lot of friendies too. Taruko was incredible.
Love Taruko.
We read cards for Taruko, a possible love reading. I was so excited to do that. And I keep thinking about how she got the world for whoever her next partner may be, and how she was really excited when we said that her next partner would be good at dancing.
Yes, that was huge. But now I'm thinking, if it's the world, does it just mean her relationship will be fame?
God, that would be cool. And very Taruko.
Because then after we pulled all that, she was like, well, maybe I don't want a romantic relationship. I know. And we were both just like, okay, you don't have to do that.
Well, you asked.
You asked, but okay, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I think we should shut that door.
Yeah.
That's too spooky. I agree.
Yeah.
Let's not look there. And then, of course, the biggest part of the show was we pulled tiny tarot cards for Taruko's dog, TT, which stands for Tiny Taruko. Hannah had this really great idea to get the little like hands that go on the tips of your fingers. And under the camera, we were moving around the tarot cards with those tiny hands. The audience was loving it.
They loved it. They loved, talk about, I'm a star. Taruko and TT.
Full shining. That's the world, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
What else? Ellie was so funny as the baby that had died at the Lyric, and there was a painting. When she pointed to the painting of the baby and was like, that's me.
Gasp.
Huge.
Audible
Stunned.
collective.
Stunned the audience.
Yeah, if you've ever been to a show at the Lyric Hyperion, it's very cute. It's kind of kitschy inside. It's like Persian rugs, red velvet curtain, and then the walls behind the audience all have kind of like vintage
Portraits.
old like paintings and portraits. So she looked exactly like the little haunted baby. And when she pointed at it, truly everyone was like, and then dying.
It's such a funny bit to be that baby.
Yeah.
And she was hilarious as always. And she'd been sat on in the theater. That's how she passed. Her nanny had sat on her. A gentle sitting. What else? The prisoner came to the show.
Does he even know he's the prisoner?
No, I almost wanted to be like, is the prisoner in the room with us? And then you and I look at him and he's like looking around like and then, yeah, the prisoner took the bags to the car, put him in the car. He was giving pseudo boyfriend. I was like, all right, I'll play this charade with you.
Yeah.
Then we went and got a drink afterwards at Edendale. That was nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
A good little show.
It's a good little show.
Yeah, I read some tarot for other people in the audience. That went well as well.
Yeah, our pal V.
Oh my God.
Looking for a new gerb.
So exciting. I know. She was like, I got laid off. I was like, me too. Which is so funny to connect over the traumas. I loved her describing herself as our OG fan. And she is. She was at our very first show.
Yeah.
Followed us right early on. Has been at every show we've done. And she brought her mom.
It was so cute.
God, that was cool. I'm so glad we read for her.
Me too.
And she had written me afterwards, or I think she wrote our account and was saying like, yeah, it's been very mixed messages, just like the car said.
Hey.
Like that her old work contacted her again. So the reading was accurate.
Yeah.
Speaking of readings being accurate, we got a message on our tarot show Instagram.
Oh, yes.
It was very funny because I was telling Hannah, I keep notes sometimes in my phone for stuff we need to talk about on the pod. And I was like, what is this? GFC, working on a big movie. And then underneath it says, talk about the crow sucking. I was like, what is that? And then I was like, oh, GFC. Genevieve from Canada. Speaking of OG fans. All right, let me pull it up because this was... I just love hearing I love to power walk and I love to hear how people receive the readings.
Yeah.
Here's what Genevieve said. Okay, witches, you nailed it. Genevieve from Canada here. I picked The Beast because Nicholas Hoult is the hottest and it all rings true. I'm a costume cutter, pattern maker in film.
Cool.
I'm working on a big movie, which is new for me because I usually do TV, embarking on something new. Coworkers say I'm good, but I don't always see it. Victory unseen. And you mentioned Jennifer Lawrence because they dated once. We're in the X-Men movies together. And I just had a costume fitting with her last week. How fucking cool is that?
That rocks so much ass. Genevieve, we're so proud of you.
Oh my God. Talk about the world.
Talk about the world.
Up in Canada, just fitting Jennifer Lawrence.
So cool.
Is that not the chicest thing you've ever
It's
heard?
so chic. It's like you get to help costume a movie star and also you get healthcare. Unbelievable. Genevieve, you're on top of the world. Hats off to you.
Unbelievable. Anyways, had to share with all of our listeners. You guys, Genevieve from Canada, really killing it. Killing it just like beast. Beast.
How dare you?
Beast. Also, yeah, I have to go see The Crow, even though it sucks.
Does it suck? Confirmed?
Not confirmed. Just word of mouth. Rumors.
More housewives.
You can leave. Let's see here. What else to discuss? We went over the show. GFC getting crossed off the list. Oh, how about how you and I have a new guardian angel for the tarot show?
Yeah.
Speaking of doing our show at the Lyric. Do you want to tell the story, Han?
Yeah. We were promoting the show by, we were out like on the patio of the Lyric giving readings for free to people just to promote the show. And we gave a reading to a very, very funny comedian writer, Brian Calivan, who was one of my very first kind of, not very first, but a comedy idol. I first saw him in a little YouTube clip where Shakespearean heroines, what would happen to them if they had a sassy gay friend. And I've just always loved him. He's so funny. I love any chance to watch him do improv, and yeah, just a little hero. And we gave a reading to him and I think and his partner, and they were both so funny and charming, and yeah, it felt special.
It was really cool. And my favorite part was when we read for his partner first, and then they went in and watched the show, and then they came back out and he was kind of hanging around by us. And he turned around. He was like, oh, these scammers. And we screamed.
It was so funny.
And then we're like, please, please let us read your cards. And he's like, okay. And like sat down. And then it was really funny because he was saying that his partner really loved his reading and it actually helped him. Like, cause it was kind of like, it was very, what is it? Is it the 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups where they're going away?
Oh, 8 of Swords.
Oh, it's
He
very,
got a lot of swords.
he had a lot of swords. He's like, it actually like helped him. And then he had his reading and his, Brian's reading was like so big, like the sun energy. It was like all really wonderful cards. And he was like, oh.
And then his partner's like rolling his eyes like, of course you get this reading. They were just both so funny and cute and sweet.
And also so good looking and like tall. It's just like, oh God, when money oozes off of people, I just, there must be some Libra in my chart somewhere because I am so attracted to it.
Yeah.
Oh God, it was cool. Anyways, I just loved being called scammers.
You loved it too.
So that was cool. So Brian Gallivan is our guardian angel, even if he doesn't know it.
Maybe he doesn't know it, but he is. Love you forever.
We love you. You're so funny. I did a show with him once. It was one of those improv shows where you're supposed to ask your favorite improviser, and Darcy Carden was in it too, because it was like this chain of people asking, and I forget who had asked me, and then I even forget who I asked to be in it. But that's how like the performers got stacked.
I think I did that show.
Yeah,
once.
they had like a couple different sets that were really nice. But yeah, I looked and I was like, oh my God, to my left was like Brian Gallivan. And I was like, oh, wow,
Cool.
this will never happen again. Cool. But yeah, and I remember he was very, very funny. And so was Darcy.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. I was going to do one last update.
Oh. Yeah.
I have neglected to tell the listeners because like, you know, out of sight, out of mind. That Lone Star did indeed text me one more song after. I've never gotten so much response and feedback as I did from sharing the Drops of Jupiter train text that I received.
Because it's shocking.
I know. Even Proto Moon sent me like a flyer for a train show. FKA Funky Boss, of course. And my sisters have been singing Drops of Jupiter still randomly. That really resonated. So I thought I would share that I did receive one more song, and it was a Panic at the Disco song. Perfectly in line. But I didn't heart it or respond or anything. So I think that was the last one.
And that's crazy.
I know.
To go out on, because even just going out on Drops of Jupiter makes a little more sense.
Right.
But then to go out on is he a serial killer?
I think I brushed up against a serial killer.
There's something sick. That doesn't make sense. Is it a cipher? Is it? Do you need to put the clues together and like?
I gave you all the clues, Mr. Policeman. I gave you all the clues.
Okay, I'm scared.
I know. I think you're right, and I was almost dismembered.
Oh my God.
Anyways, so that's my new view on Lone Star. How things have changed.
Damn.
I know. Like sleeping together in February, March, ended it in April. Still getting texted. August. Slipping away.
But you know, very flattering.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And especially if he's a serial killer. Because they famously only go after women who, you know, whose smiles light up a room. So, I don't know.
Thank you, Hannah.
Yeah.
It's so funny, too, because sometimes I am tempted to be like, do you know my life fell apart? And not because of you. Send me songs that are appropriate for that.
Thanks.
I'm going through a massive rebrand. Anyways, he has no idea. And I have no idea. And that's the end of that.
Who has any idea?
God.
Oh my God.
Brian Gallivan does.
Ugh.
I wish I could ask him what I should do. I know what he would say. He'd say, throw your phone in a river. Look at your life. Look at your choices.
When Ophelia's going to jump into the river and kill herself. Your hair looks really good today. And you were going to get it wet.
Oh, and that scarf that he wears.
You're a stupid bitch.
Stupid batch.
Hamlet? We kill ourselves over Hamlet? Something is rotten in Denmark, and it's his piss poor attitude. That shit is so funny. If you have not seen Sassy Gay Friend, there's other. He talks to Juliet out of killing herself. He talks to what's her name from Othello, Desdemona, which sounds like Vindabona. Vindabona. Okay. And now I'm hearing myself, and I understand why certain people skip to the readings.
Desdemona given Debona. Why would they skip that?
Why would they skip that?
So now we're going to cleanse the space, and we're going to cleanse these bodies. And we do that with a shot. Luckily, we cleansed the space before, so we can do the shot right now.
Mm-hmm.
Hannah, from the womb to the tomb. Tastes like Folgers in your cup.
Uh-huh.
The best part of waking up.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's time for
Blessings.
I would like to bless a book I started on my babysitting journey, because I'm babysitting again. I don't know. That's what's keeping me young. Being impoverished has made me feel like I'm going to grad school. 24. I got waist length hair. I'm making pizza for kids, making sure it doesn't get too brown on the top because they want cheesy looking cheese pizza. Anyways, I was, as one does when one babysits, perusing the library bookshelves, saw an uncracked copy of Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, a movie you and I love, and Jessica Jardin loves. And I was like, oh, I read online what happens in the book that's different. And I started reading it. Next thing you know, 50 pages deep. The kids are just on their screens. I'm reading Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And I was like, I got to bless this book. It's so good.
Oh, hell yeah.
Like Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah, we know he's not good.
Yeah,
he's also like best buds with like Harvey Weinstein. Oops.
Well, anyways, y'all should buy that book. Y'all should support.
Yeah, he's.
We went on the same ride that the characters go through in the movie, where you're like, oh my god, all of a sudden a horror.
Wow. Oops. Remembering.
Harvey Weinstein is like so close to death.
Oh my god, I love it.
Isn't it so? It's just like watching like a ghost fade away.
Watch him shrivel up. With this
Like at the end of The Little Mermaid when she
Yes.
becomes the little wormy figure. I feel like that's what we're watching happening with him.
Yeah.
So
Good.
anyways, I guess what I really wanted to bless was feet. I guess I'm obsessed with feet.
Love feet.
All right, I have lit the candle.
Okay. I would like to bless buying a new planner or notebook. That's definitely going to change your life this time. It's different this time.
Well, and you put a sticker on it.
Yeah, I did put a really cool sticker on it.
So I think it is
Yeah.
going to change your life this time.
Yeah. But like what an infusion of optimism, hope, faith, hope and change. It's like first round Obama.
I was just going to say it feels like voting.
Yeah, feels like voting in 2008.
The notebook is the agent of change.
Oh, you crack that thing open, fresh pages. I've got one of those planners that's like it doesn't have the dates already. You can fill in the calendar yourself. So it's flexible. There's a monthly, but then I have weekly as well. So I can try to manage my time.
How about when you close the book as well? Do you like to put a pin in the rings?
Yes, I have a pin. I have it right here. I have my little pen that I stole, from the restaurant All Day Baby.
It's cute though.
'Cause it's really cute. It's like a little red clicky top, and the little, what would you call this part? The
clip, the tie clip,
the little tie clip.
You put it on your tie.
Yeah, it goes into the spiral and like hangs onto the spiral part of my little notebook.
All Day Baby is cute because also you're scheduling your whole day.
Exactly. Oh my god.
So thematically it works.
It works, and it's red, and it matches the red planner. Having this new planner, it's only been a couple days, but so far I feel
Different.
a little different, a little more grown up. It's funny when you were describing like babysitting and being young. That's just what I've been.
We've switched.
We've switched, but
You're
I'm
the
still,
grown up.
No, I'm still
You're still what?
still
Baby.
a baby. I get babysitter.
So baby.
I'm so babysitter.
You're so baby. Sitter.
So babysitter. But if I may,
We are in our babysitter era.
yeah,
I was saying that earlier that my vibe stylistically in clothes was cool babysitter. Mm-hmm. Like cool babysitter you had when you were 7. My cool babysitter, her name was Bobby Joe.
that's so cute.
I loved her. She was really cool. She let us watch scary movies.
Oh my god, awesome.
I think she was only 11. Like looking back when I was like set, she like lived down the street, you know?
Right.
But at the time I thought she was like, I don't know, 28.
Yeah.
You know, because you can't tell when you're that
Yeah.
young. Anyways, love that. Blessing for you.
Thank you.
If anyone's going through a hard time, go buy a planner.
Go buy a planner or a new notebook. Start journaling.
Yeah. Put your thoughts down.
Yeah.
Then they can't hurt you. And now it's time for
Curses.
Well, I guess I should curse Quentin Tarantino. After thinking about it.
Yeah.
Bless the work, curse the man.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have more?
No.
Oh, do you want to blow out your candle?
Yeah.
I would like to curse when people say they don't like small dogs. I'm tired of it. It's weird. Why are you discriminating? You don't have to have one. But it's like, people are like, I like dogs. I just don't like small dogs. Fuck off.
It's kind of like when people say they listen to everything but country.
Wow. Yes. Get a life.
A time and place for everything.
Yeah.
Also, small dogs are great.
Small dogs are great. All dogs are great.
All dogs are
And they all go to heaven.
definitely.
So think about that. If all dogs go to heaven, that includes small dogs. So why don't you like small dogs?
So I guess you hate angels.
Huh. That's weird.
You know what I love about a small dog? How they really follow a conversation. You know, like if someone's holding a small dog and you're talking to their owner, they're like looking at you and they're looking at their owner. And they're
Yes.
looking at you and they're following. Mm-hmm. They're invested. They're good listeners.
They are good listeners. I mean, TT,
Perfect small dog.
perfect small dog, sits in the lap. We read her little cards and she was like literally looking at the cards. An angel. Little dogs. And it's like, yeah, some little dogs suck. Some big dogs really suck too.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, dogs in general, I think they all deserve our love. Mm-hmm. And small dogs maybe deserve twice as much. Mm-hmm. Because they are maligned.
Yes. They're kind of like black cats.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, black cats really get the brunt of it. Mm-hmm. Oh, babies.
If you are one of those people that says you don't like small dogs, I want you to take a breath and look inside yourself. And I wish you healing.
See the small dog inside of you.
Yeah. The shaking little
Teeth bared.
teeth bared. Oh my God. That was remember that show Playing House with
Lennon Parham.
Lennon Parham and Jessica St. Clair
And my boyfriend,
and your boyfriend?
Zach Woods.
Yes. One of the funniest jokes that I still think about all the time is when they talk about why Chihuahuas like are shaky, and they're like, oh, they're cold, and then in unison, because they're so far from home. And yeah, so if you don't like that, you need Jesus, and I pray for you.
Good one.
Thanks. Well,
And so now it's time for the readings for the listeners. So we need to pick 3 little different types.
mm-hmm.
What do we think?
Talked about Quentin Tarantino. We could talk about different novelizations of movies.
Mm-hmm.
Talked about different Shakespearean tragic figures.
Let's do different Shakespearean figures.
Okay, cute.
I think one of my favorites is the Ethan Hawke version of Hamlet set like in the late 90s where he walks through a blockbuster.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray.
And Sam Shepard is his ghost dad.
Yes, that is right. It's actually a pretty stacked cast. You've got lovely
Julia
Stiles,
who I think for the next one, we should do Julia Stiles for 10 Things I Hate About You. Taming of the Shrew.
Let's link them along. Yes, absolutely. How about when she dances on the table? When she's really drunk on the swing?
Yep. She was also in, was in a lot of those like teen, like anachronistic Shakespearean, because then she was Desdemona in and Josh Hartnett was Iago.
I watched Trap, by the way.
Oh, what's that?
The Josh Hartnett at like the Taylor Swift Eras concert. And he's actually a serial killer, and they say it in the trailer. So like he's like the butcher or whatever, and it's like he has to get out. And then you're like kind of rooting for him, I guess is sort of the twist. It's like you're kind of like, am I rooting for this guy to get out of to escape? And this was the villain origin story for another like unbreakable type figure to come out. Like Split. Have I told you, side note, my mom has a shirt that says Split. And Split's like an old, like, I think it's like an old skateboarding surfing company. But it looks like my mom is wearing like like she was on the crew for the movie Split. And it's one of those things whenever she wears it, me and my sisters are always like, we just get a little smile out of it. We connect eyes about it. My mom just like making like a quiche in her big Split shirt.
Which also, if that is an old skateboard surfing company, still funny that she wears it. Was it just one of yours that she just like turned into like,
yeah, she was like,
around the house shirt?
I like the way this fits. Yeah. Split clothing was founded in the culture of action sports. From mountain climbing to surfing epic swells, we've been on some pretty crazy adventures, says Split Clothing.
Says Split Clothing.
And my mom. My mom's on those pretty epic swells, baby.
She is.
So anyways, now we have to pick a third.
Okay.
I love this. So we've got Ethan Hawke as Hamlet, Julia Stiles as
Cat.
Yes, which is also like Kiss Me Kate, right?
Yes.
I don't want to do Mel from his own Hamlet.
No.
Although it would be funny if the game for this episode is my love for problematic men.
White man abusers. You know who I really love? I would say either, is it John Leguizamo that plays Tybalt?
Yes.
Peace. I hate the word. That's kind of fun. I like his little curl. They're all wearing Versace on the Capulet side. Or
I do bite my thumb at the...
Yeah. And it's like, kind of, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Spicy. So I would vote for John Leguizamo as Tybalt, or, oh my God, the actor who plays Mercutio.
From Lost.
Yeah.
Harold Perrineau.
Okay.
I think John's performance is so eye-catching, and it's a nice little rounding out of the three. I love Mercutio's death, but Tybalt, really, his entrance alone.
Oh God.
With the like metal on the back of those cowboy boots.
Oh, it's so
clicking.
Good.
It's really good.
And also, like, Tybalt was right. If they had just let him, if he just got to like beat the shit out of Romeo right then and there at that party.
Yeah.
I think things would have turned out a little differently. But they were like, no, it was very Housewives. Like, no, don't ruin her event.
Yes.
Not here.
Pull her aside later.
Pull her aside for a chat later. Take Romeo to the Quiet Woman for lunch.
Sit him in a booth. And let him know what he did.
Yeah.
And how he hurt you.
You showed up uninvited, late to my event. Okay, so great. John Leguizamo.
So listeners, wherever you are, take a moment and ruminate on which you are. The Ethan Hawke Hamlet
Brooding.
in a beanie. Julia Stiles.
Brooding, but for girls.
The like those like long braids or whatever.
Love her.
And then the John Leguizamo Tybalt. Also,
Brooding,
yes, but with style.
Latinx.
Yes.
But Catholic.
Yes. And with a little bit of a chip on the shoulder. So this first reading will be for your Hamlets. Are you racked with indecision? Have you hesitated in a moment where you should have struck? I saw a tweet that was like, if only he had just stayed in college and done his gay shit and not gone home to deal with his family issues, then everything would have been fine.
Exactly. Did your mom ever marry your uncle after your dad was murdered? So crazy.
The queen doth protest too much. Yeah, she does.
She does.
She really does. She protests so much. You know who I loved in that movie?
Who?
Liev Schreiber
Oh my God, yeah.
as Laertes.
Yes.
God, he's so hot.
He's so hot.
And honestly, a hero in his own right.
Yep.
I almost named Lyle Laertes.
Aw.
I know. Just a slightly more difficult word.
All right, Tickles, whenever you're ready, cut the deck for the Hamlets, the Ethan Hawke Hamlets out there.
The deck has been cut. The die has been cast.
Oh. Aha. Hoo-hoo.
Well, no longer will the Hamlets do nothing.
Yeah, damn.
It's time for things to happen. And good things, baby.
Woohoo.
We have pulled the 9 of Cups upright. Our John Travolta, Your Wish Came True card.
She's been kind of coming up a lot, huh?
She has. She's trying to reassure.
Yeah.
So the 9 of Cups is a big yellow card. You see the man sitting on a bench surrounded by this sort of like, it looks like the fire pit from Love Island
Yeah, it does.
with 9 cups on it. Then we have the 6 of Pentacles reversed, which is the figure sort of feeding to other figures, and he holds the scales in one hand, and we have the pentacles above him, sort of our receiving charity as opposed to giving, maybe, since it's in a reversey. And then we have King of Swords reversed, the man charging forward, our knight, our fastest knight. Very appropriate for a Shakespearean retelling.
Yes.
He holds his sword aloft and he's speeding through the woods.
Well, I think the 9 of Cups is a little, like you said at up top, it's a very reassuring card. Mm-hmm. Kind of like a reversal of fortune. If you felt a little down on your luck, there is something nice about to happen.
Yeah, it feels like the end of Mercury retrograde too.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now the water's flowing.
Mm-hmm. And then the 6 of Pentacles reversed, kind of speaking to that opportunity being presented to you. And also, when it's reversed, it also warns against putting others on a pedestal.
I think this reading to me reads like you've been waiting for a big break. Mm-hmm. And sort of all you've kind of needed is maybe someone else to help a little bit and some action to get done. And now those are both about to happen in a big way. And they're sort of just like around the corner.
Yeah.
So to keep an eye out for both of those, like where is the opportunity where you can either receive something and like take it gracefully, whether that's good news, bad news, whatever, and then put some action behind what you need to do. Mm-hmm. That's kind of how it reads to me.
Yeah, definitely. And then, the 6 of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords are both reversed, which I think the Knight of Swords is definitely, when it's reversed, you want to take action, but you don't want to like do so at the peril of your own health, or because like Knight of Swords, when it pops up, one of the buzzwords that we associate with is cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
So because it's very like bursting forth, it's great. But
he's on a white horse.
Yes. So take these opportunities, be grateful, be excited, but maybe
Don't be too aggressive.
don't be too aggressive.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Yeah, I also think too there's something about maybe this is work that you've done, it's all happening behind the scenes, and it might be something to pay forward later.
Yeah.
It's happening to you now, but keep in mind that you should pay it forward on the other side
Right.
of whatever good thing is happening.
Right. I think this is why it's a 9 of cups instead of a 10 of cups. You're not like at the finish line.
Right.
It's great. There's some wish fulfillment happening, but you won't come to the next stage of like kind of a happily ever after until you've A, done some of the necessary work, and B, like you said, brought others into the fold or like passed along this good fortune.
Yeah, it's kind of giving chain letter a little bit, but in a good way.
In a good way.
In a good way.
Okay. Cool.
Wow. To have a Knight of Swords reverse for your Hamlet is so funny.
It's so funny.
A, the Ethan Hawke one definitely did cocaine.
Absolutely.
And B, yeah, he like acted, but when it was too late.
Yeah.
And then everybody dies at the end. Yeah. Big ol' everybody dies.
Yep. And if you're going to do cocaine, test it for fentanyl first. You guys.
How about when someone offered us cocaine at a party, you and I, and we were trying to leave. And we were like, oh no. Thank you.
Yeah, it was kind of like more of like a backyard kickback vibe.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, if you'd offered me a hot dog, I would have snorted that thing.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, I don't need to, as we're making our goodbyes, to be offered cocaine. Like, hey, thanks. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
I am in my babysitting vibe again, so maybe
Right.
that's why it happened.
Okay. Julia Stiles, cat from Taming of the Shrew.
You're in your tank top era. You're doing camisole. You're in love.
You're in love.
Maybe it's not easy. Maybe you're writing a poem and delivering it to the class, and turns out you really don't hate them.
Oh,
Not at all.
no. Yeah. R.I.P. Heath Ledger.
I know. His Joker was Shakespearean.
It really was.
All right, I'm cutting for the Julia Stiles. Big Sisters.
Woohoo. Julia. Whoa.
A Different Night.
Wow. I love this spread.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's kind of a reverse of the
Yeah.
one for the Ethan Hawks. It's giving ingenue.
We have the Knight of Wands reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed, and then the Six of Wands upright.
So the Knight of Wands details a knight on his horse, and he's got a big staff, but the horse is rearing back, but he's not like racing forward, but he's ready for action, and he's in like beautiful plumage. And then we have the Ace of Cups, depicts a figure holding a cup with water coming out of it, going into like a little lily pad pond, and there's a dove dunking a like little, it looks to me like the communion wafer, like a little Dunkin' donut into the coffee cup. And then we have the Six of Wands, which is our figure on a parade, on a horse with the laurel wreath on one of the wands.
She's a winner, baby. Okay. Like you said, I feel like this does really mirror sort of Kat's trajectory.
She's a creative, but maybe something has been holding her back.
Yes.
She has this like love, but she's not expressing it.
And, wands are associated with fire signs. There's a passion. There is I would say, a righteous anger.
Yes. The Knight of Wands is also giving like an unsent, reversed, is giving like an unsent message.
Yes.
And then the Ace of Cups is also the same thing, new, big feelings, but it's reversed. So
It's a little bit more about healing, like loving yourself and healing yourself, which I feel tracks with Kat. It's like the Knight of Wands reverse is kind of this like passion, like not knowing to do with like your love, your anger. It's kind of scattered passionate energy. But then the Ace of Cups is kind of more about like healing the past, forgiving yourself, forgiving others. So she's like going through this healing journey, kind of opening herself up to the possibility of love or whatever.
But then you do that and it works.
Yay.
Because we finish with this triumphant Six of Wands. It's kissing it's the parade in the street, so it's like kissing in public. It's a big kiss at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
It's having your feelings be requited.
So that's really nice. So for all the Julias out there, if you have this feeling of maybe sort of like restlessness, anxiety, I don't know, do a journal. Tell someone how you feel. Open yourself up to love. And not just romantic love. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be about your creative pursuits. It's like opening your heart up to being vulnerable. So maybe putting yourself out there in a way that you don't normally do.
Yeah.
And doing it with a lot of love for yourself, giving yourself a lot of grace and maybe like the opportunity to fail.
And give yourself some credit. If you have an idea, it's a good one. Whatever that is. All right. How about it?
Cute.
Happy endings for the Julia Stiles.
I know.
And then finally we have our Tybalts. Giving Leo energy.
John Leguizamo, fellow Colombian.
Love him.
Yeah.
All right. I've cut the deck for the Tybalts. I have unsheathed the gun, aka my rapier.
Ooh. Damn.
Wow. Things are finally happening. It does feel like this summer has been really pent up and now stuff is finally happening.
Yes.
So for the Tybalts, we pulled the 8 of Cups reversed, the Chariot reversed, and the 9 of Pentacles upright. Yeah, this 8 of Cups is what I was thinking for Brian Gallivan's partner.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you, yeah.
His like walking away. But no, and then the 7 of, is it the 7 of Swords?
It's the 6 of Swords.
It's the 6 of Swords where he's like being like on the, what do you call that?
The little gondola.
Yeah, I was thinking like a barge.
Oh, yeah.
Both being silent through the
Yes.
night. But yeah, he was the swords.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we have the 8 of Cups reversed, the Chariot reversed, and the 9 of Pentacles upright.
Interesting.
So our 8 of Cups is the figure who is walking in a red cloak, walking away, and there's 8 cups sort of stacked in the foreground, and there's a moon with a face in it in the sky. The Chariot depicts a person in a big starry chariot. It's got that same ceiling that's in fucking Schwartz and Sandy's. And then the 2 sphinxes in front of the chariot that seem to be pulling it or guarding it, right? Mm-hmm. And then the 9 of Pentacles, our best bitch card. We've got a woman in an elaborate robe, and she has a falcon on her wrist and a little cunty red hat. And she's in a sort of full garden with grapes behind her and the 9 pentacles on either side. You know what this feels like to me? You know, in My So-Called Life, when she wakes up and she's over Jordan one morning.
Oh my God,
and
yes.
then she dances around her room to, what is that song from the 90s? Blister in the Sun.
Ah.
Hold on, I'll show you.
I loved Jordan Catalano so much and talked about him so much and thought about him so much. And it was like he lived inside me. Like he had taken possession of my soul or something. And then one day, I got over him. When I'm out walking, I struck my stride. I'm so strong.
Yeah, and she dances around her room because she's over him.
She's over that hoe. Yeah, well, because I think the 8 of Cups, it's like a return to form, especially like reversed. It's like it's an invitation to be yourself.
Journey back inward.
Yeah. Expel the Jordan Catalano.
That had nothing, his thing had nothing to do with you.
Yeah. Not taking anything personally.
Yeah. Yeah, that guy was in his own head for sure.
Yeah.
And I love too, even just the moon of it, that there is a little bit of that like mystical,
Yes.
spiritual, like it happens on a spiritual level.
Yes. It's a little moody, just like Tybalt.
It is dramatic,
It is very dramatic.
but in a cute way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving this party.
Clip, clap, clip, clap.
So yeah, maybe Tybalt's out there if you felt maybe sort of inauthentic or someone else's voice is in your head. Try to quiet that voice.
You're so right. It's not about you. Mm-hmm. And then the Chariot too, especially being reversed. It's like maybe things have been going really fast, and now is a time to like take a little bit of a pause
Yes.
on the wake of this, Eight of Cups. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, we've gone inward. Like, let it sit for a moment. We don't need to do anything about it just yet.
Yeah, maybe hold off on that decision. Check in with yourself about it, because here's a fun connection with, we have the cups and we have the moon, and the Chariot is actually associated with the sign of Cancer, which to me feels weird. But the moon and Cancer is ruled by the moon. That kind of eclipse energy of the Eight of Cups mixed with this Chariot reverse just, to me, really affirms that, like, that trusting of your own gut, taking a beat and reassessing something, and just very much like just being yourself, being at home in yourself, and that assuredness.
Which is a natural segue to our Nine of Pentacles, our best bitch card. It's shining bright.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
Yes.
It's putting on an outfit that you want to take a selfie of.
Yes. And her little falcon has one of those little hoods on. So that's about focus. And nothing that she has come quickly. It's been cultivated. And then that's signified by there's a little snail and it's moving slowly. So it's kind of the opposite of the Chariot, upright, So it's about like good things tend to come slow, and you are doing things at your own pace. And that's cool.
And that is about you.
Mm-hmm.
That's about you. The Jordan Catalano is not about you.
Yeah.
But all the work you've done, that is all you, baby.
Mm-hmm. Also, we would be remiss to not say out loud the obvious, that Claire Danes is Juliet,
But of Cal.
Tybalt's cousin.
Well, now that there's a connection.
I think Tybalt would have just murdered Jordan Catalano. And no one would care.
And he would have gotten away with it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think, too, there's something kind of hilarious about the Tybalt. It's giving the leaving the gas station scene.
Yes.
Like in the Chariot reverse and the Eight of Cups. It's all about like the gas station and everything. And then he's like leaving, like, fuck you. Like someone's been shot and like they're all like, ah. And then, but they look so damn good doing it.
Look, they're all dressed in designer. Like, and like the little pew, 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 pew. And it's like hitting off the gas cans, but in this it's hitting off the Eight of Cups. Ting, 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 and the water's flowing out. Mm-hmm. Wait, what were the families wearing? Was it?
The Capulet gang, led by Tybalt, are dressed in Dolce & Gabbana's diffusion line, DNG. Black and streamlined garments, dripping in embellishment. The Montague gang, however, a bit more laid back and utilitarian, created by Prada. Their open Hawaiian shirts, workwear pants, and combat boots create a sense of uniqueness and show the influence of the warm climate.
Wow. Okay, so no Versace at all. Mm-mm. Samsonite.
Maybe you're thinking Versace because it sounds like Verona.
Yeah.
I used to do that. Like, oh my God, was it set in Versace? Oh, how funny. Lady Capulet is dressed as Cleopatra with the Chariot.
Ah.
And she has her little...
Yes.
Beautiful.
Cute. Okay, Tybalt's.
Also, great Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
That Prada shirt. I think you can get a knockoff of it.
I own it.
I want it too. All right, Tybalt's. Wow, everyone getting good things.
Yeah. This also feels very sort of like, okay, everyone, time to focus up. Like back to school.
Yeah, well, it is almost September.
Well, that's exciting.
Yay. Well, all right, you guys, let us know all the good stuff that happens to you.
Yeah, please keep us posted.
We want to know. And I guess we're with you.
From the womb
To the tomb. I bite my thumb.
I bite my thumb at thee.
I did not bite my thumb at thee.